Namaskar everyone. It's time to start with chapter number 2, GUI operating system desktop management. Girls, definitely you will be knowing about Windows or about Windows 7. So, even you have used various operations in Windows 7. You have used MS Paint, might be you have used MS Word. So, where are you using all this? You are using operating system. Now, let us learn what is operating system. Operating system is an interface. What is the interface? It is a link between the hardware and the user. Imagine your life without operating system. It can't be possible. You can't use your computer. You can't use your laptops without operating system. So what it is a link between the hardware and the user, and it coordinates and manages the activity of the computers. Just like an example, a principal manage the school and activities running in the school. Similarly, a teacher of your class, what she do? She manage all the things that has been happening in our class. So what principal is managing? She's managing the whole school activity. What teacher is managing? The whole activity that is being done in the class. Similarly, operating system manage all the activities, all the things that is being happened in our computers. Now let us learn about the features of Windows 7. So there are a lot of features. The first and the foremost feature is that it is very attractive, interactive, and easy to use. The reason that easy to use is that we can easily use it. Even you guys, even class 1 children is using computer very easily. Plus it is very attractive. It has colorful themes, gadgets, thumbnails, and lot of things. Okay, the second use is that it make our search very easier. That means you can search anything, any file or folder very easily. The third use is it is very flexible. It has very flexible taskbar. Now the word come, what is taskbar? We'll be learning about the taskbar in details within few minutes. But let us learn about this point, that it is a flexible taskbar. That means, first of all, we should know what is taskbar. Taskbar is present at the bottom of your window. It is a long horizontal bar, but it has been present at the bottom. Plus, it has a start button on the left side, and lot of buttons are there. So it is very flexible. That means you can pin your favorite programs and you can easily access it. Okay. Then the next is it is Windows supportive multitasking. What does this word means? That it has effectively perform more than one task at a time. Let us take an example. Right now, what I'm doing, I'm teaching you, I'm recording my voice, plus I have opened PPT. PowerPoint presentation. That means I'm doing two things at the same time. I'm recording my voice and I'm using PowerPoint presentation so that it would be easily understood by you all. So what we are doing, we can do not two, but more than two things at a time. We can type a letter in MS Word, plus you can listen the music. So it is a multitasking. Then comes with the jump list. These are the few new features: jump list, cascading windows. These are the new features in the Windows 7. What is this feature? It take you straight to the document, picture, or websites which you have recently visited. Okay, it is a jump list can be found on the application icon that appears on the taskbar. Whether it is being available, it is being available at the taskbar. Okay, and you can see the recently programs, your recently actions that you have performed. Let us take, I have used Google Chrome, okay, and or Internet Explorer. So what jump list will show me? It will tell you the recently opened websites. How? By right click on the program icon on the Windows 7 taskbar, and you all can see that which list or whatever websites or web pages you have opened up. Okay, so next part is cascading windows. Can you see the picture? So cascading picture, this option has been displayed when you right click the taskbar. Let me show you. Give me a second. So where it will be shown when we right click over here. Okay, and after that when I will click on cascade window, what will happen? See, I have clicked on the cascade windows. Right now there is only one page. What will happen? It will just come at the top left corners, and it will not come the only screen. The screens that all we have opened will be seen in the cascading windows. And see, right now there is only one screen. It can show you as many screens that you have opened. I am showing you the picture also. Let me show you the picture. Maximize the screen. See, it will be showing as many layers of windows that we have opened. Okay, and it will be arranged at the top left corner of the screen. Okay, so this is the use of cascading window. Now the next is the taskbar. So I have told you about the taskbar. That taskbar can be seen at the last or at the bottom of the screen. It is a long horizontal bar. Can you see that it is a long horizontal bar? Now, what is present in this long horizontal bar? In this long horizontal bar part, there are a lot of things. There is a start button, there is quick launch bar icons, notification area, the clock. So there are a lot of things. Basically, the taskbar has been divided into three sections, or we can say three important sections. First one is the start button, notification area, and quick launch bar. Now, what is all this? The start button is the most used button on the Windows desktop. Obviously, we use start button a lot of time. If you want to open anything, if I want to open MS Word, wherever I will go, I will first click on the start button, and so procedure that we will do. If I want to open the calculator, what's the first thing we will be doing? We'll be clicking on the start button. Okay, so major menus, we can say major, that is 90% of the menus would be displayed in the start button. So I have to click on the start button if I have to open any menu. So start button is play a very important role. And where it is being present? It is being present at the taskbar. Then comes with the notification area. So what is notification area? The area that contains the clock and other program icons, which provides the status and notification about the program running on the computers. Okay, let me show you my notification area. Give me a second. So here is my notification area. In this notification area, there is a Bluetooth button. It has a timer. It has connections that connection is there or not. So it is providing us, it is telling me, or it is giving me notifications about the icons that is being present or that running on the computers. Okay, then comes with the quick launch bar. Quick launch bar provides an easy and quick way to open any program. If I want to open any program, this is my quick launch bar. So if I want to open my Google Chrome, I just want to click on this, and what happened? My Google Chrome will be opened. If I want to open my Zoom, just with the one click, what will happen? That program will be open. So what quick launch bar do? It provides an easy and quick way to open any program. This is the area between the start button and the notification area, where it is from here to here. You can add as many icons as you want. Okay. So this is my quick launch bar. Now the next is customizing the taskbar. So now it's time to customize it. So how can you customize it? First, I will click on the, come over here at the taskbar, and I will click on the right click button, and where I will go, I will click on the properties. When I have to customize anything, what I will do, I will always click on the properties. Can you see what it is written? A taskbar and the menu properties. Okay. Now what we have to see that it has what it has been given. It has been clicked on the lock the taskbar. What does this means? That my position of the taskbar is being locked. It will not move. Okay. Then there is auto hide the taskbar. When I click on this button, what will happen? That whenever taskbar is being used, okay, it will be shown to us. And after, when there is no use of taskbar, what will happen? It will auto hide. Okay, then comes with the use small icon. What is the use of this use small icon? That it will reduce the size of the taskbar icon so that we can place more icons over here. Okay, then the next thing is taskbar location on the screen. Right now I told you it is present by default. Where it is present? It is present at the bottom, but you can change the location also, where you can place it in the left, right, top, wherever you want to place, you can place it over here. Okay, you can place it on the right, you can place it at the top, you can place it at the bottom. So it is up to you. Okay, it is not compulsory. It should be present at the bottom. It can be placed at the left side or right side. It's up to you. Okay, then comes with the taskbar buttons. So this buttons, these icons is being used. See, and taskbar button, it will always combine and hide labels. What does this word means? That it will pull up the icon for the screen program only and show the icons without their labels. Okay, then is combined when taskbar is full. What does this mean? This option will pile up only the icons when there are many windows programs open and there is no space on the program. Okay, and never combine. It will never pile up and will show each window label next to the icon. So these are the taskbar buttons. Okay, that means you can change the properties of the taskbar also. I hope this much part is being clear to everyone, and we will be learning more things in the next class. Bye bye all of you. Take care.